Hi, it's Dr. Craig Primack from Scottsdale Weight Loss Center. I'm going to talk about travel as the world starts to open up and people are traveling again. We have to learn how to do it safely and effectively. And so the first couple things when you travel is to determine, is this going to be a weight loss week or a weight maintenance week? What we don't want is it to be a weight gaining week. And so most people who are in our practice are doing meal replacements. And with meal replacements, you may be doing a full meal replacement or a partial meal replacement using some food and some meal replacements. And most likely when you're traveling, you're going to be eating more in restaurants. And so maintaining may be your answer. But there are two other tips that have nothing to do with food, and that's really the topic of today's Medical Minute. The first one, interestingly enough, is adequate sleep. Now, I do always talk about adequate sleep, but when you're traveling, you're sleeping in another bed. It may be at a hotel or at a friend or a relative's house. You're not going to sleep as well. It may be 1, 2, or 3 time zones away or further, and your internal clock is not set to the external clock, or really that you're just out of town and you don't want to miss anything. You're staying up a little bit later. Then you do go to sleep and thinking you're going to sleep in, but because the bed is not your own or the time zone is not the one that your body is used to, you don't sleep as well. And so getting 7 hours of restorative sleep is the number one tip. And the number 2 tip is to be adequately hydrated. When we travel, we don't want to drink a lot of water. If we're sitting on a plane for a couple hours, you don't want to have to wake up, or not wake up, you have to get up and go to the bathroom very much. And so we probably do drink a little less. The air is probably dehumidified for the most part. Or if we're staying in a place with a lot of air conditioning, the air is also dehumidified, or we're going to a place that happens to be warm. And so being outside, sometimes a little more, we do need more intake. When we are thirsty, not dehydrated, but just overall thirsty, or relatively dry, so to speak, we are usually a little more hungry. We're hungry for saltier foods. And the number one thing that we don't want to be is extra hungry. And so with both of those things, number 1, get adequate sleep of at least 7 hours if possible. And number 2, stay adequately hydrated so that if you are eating, you're not extra hungry and not eating more. That was my medical minutes for the week. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.